everybody. I hope your weekend went well. It was good to see many of you in the live stream on YouTube on Saturday. A lot of fun. We have not really had a Monday meeting. We haven't had a Moonology Monday in a while. We've always had a make-up somewhere. And unfortunately today is no exception. Because I won't be here tomorrow. The schedule has gone way sideways for this week, so there won't be a live stream this week. We won't have a live stream because I'm working on Saturday. Also, I won't be here tomorrow. I will be here on Wednesday. It looks like I'm working. It's going to be Wednesday I'll be here. Thursday, I may not. I'll have to look at the schedule again. And then I'll be here on Friday, but not the rest of the weekend. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with it right now. They kind of gave me someone else's shift. Because that person is not going to be there for the month. So at the moment, I'm kind of getting all of her shifts, for the time being. Of course, we all knew this was coming, and as much as I hate where that's gone, sorry. As much as I hate where it's gone, to be honest, I'm in a better place than where I was at before, so we at least have that going on. But today is going to be, I think instead of making themes, that sound you're hearing is Bub going insane over a plastic ball. You really have to do that right now, don't you? Yes, he does. Okay. So, something occurred to me. And I want to bring this to you right now. You know, the moon card in tarot is about, proceeding through a very dark time. There's not everything is illuminated. There's a lot of shadows, there's a lot of sound, and you're having to guide yourself through this time that way. Well, we are on Monday, day of money, day of the moon. And so I thought I would bring, because it's such a wild and unknown card, because it represents so much of the wild and the unknown, I thought I'd bring out the Wild Unknown Tarot. I've never put these two together. I've always thought of them as very honest, and because of that honesty, I just kind of kept that with Sacred Rebels Oracle. But now I think is a good time to pair it with the Moonology deck and see just where it goes. So let's have a look. So we've got our 3 moon phase cards here, and we also have, we're going to have 4 of these tarot cards because, quite honestly, we've got 3 that we're going to read that I think will be directly emphasizing what the moon cards have to say, and we have 1 significator, which means you. You, me, all of us. So, let's see what they have to say. Starting with us, we do have death. We're going to be embodying this today. A thought occurred to me on the way home yesterday. Some things just have to end. We need those endings for new beginnings to start happening. You know, if you have a really bad habit, it'll take about maybe 2 weeks to break. It's true. Let's talk dieting, for example, or eating differently. It only takes about 2 weeks for your taste buds to really change. So if you don't like something at first, but there's something about it you do like, and you keep eating it for 2 weeks, well, your taste buds will change to end up liking it. That was the way it was for me with hummus. Didn't really care for it too much at first, but then there was just something about it. And now I'm a fan. I have seen chocolate hummus, and I'm not that brave. In any case, it takes 30 days for something to become a habit. As long as you do something, that one thing, every 30 days, it will become a habit. If you write for 30 days, eventually writing will become a habit. If you do it for, say, an hour, then for 1 hour a day you will have to do that. Meaning the old habit will have died. Sorry. And the new one will have taken over. So what does that have to do with the moon in our reading today? We're just going to flip over all of these. And so we see it right here. It says take the time to breathe out. So now we're past that full moon. We're at the exhale stage of things. And this card couldn't be more appropriately timed. Because now, as the moon begins to decrease in the sky, we get to breathe out. We've been inhaling all the way up to that full moon. Now we get to exhale. You see? Now we get to release. Now we get to let things go. We're going to get to that a little more of that with that disseminating moon in just a moment. But your new moon in Leo says that confidence is going to be everything. And you're going to have to approach it with confidence. Whatever this new habit is, you're going to have to approach that with, I can do this. I can break the old cycle. If you keep thinking you cannot break the old cycle, that's exactly what's going to happen. Case in point, there are people who just absolutely cannot help themselves. They absolutely must get into other people's business for one reason or another. And they don't know that there is a line, and they constantly cross that line. And when they do, and they suffer the backlash from it, then suddenly they're wondering, well, what happened? But it brings us to our last card, doesn't it? Let go of the negativity, because now it's not serving you. Sometimes we're like, hey, I'm not negative, I'm just viewing it from a realistic standpoint. You know, there's a certain area at work that most people just don't like to be. And of course I looked at my schedule and I'm going to be stuck with it a lot. I, of course, also don't like to be there. However, it's because when there's a slow moment, boy, time tends to drag. But you know what? When I take my notebook out there and I start jotting down things, I find certain things happen. The people who have seen just the handwriting, they're like, oh, your penmanship's really, really nice. And I've even gotten a compliment or two on Twitter about it. That's really beside the point. The point is, I'm keeping myself and my mind occupied in some way or another. That way I don't get bored. That way I don't start yawning. That way the time passes just a little more quickly. And I'm making notes for my game. So I'm having a little fun there. And then, on top of that, some people actually get interested in, oh, what is all that you're writing down? Oh, it's just notes for a game I'm writing. You know, when I get home, I'll take these and I'll type them up. And I tell them a little bit about the game. And they're like, oh, that's really constructive. So that's what it is. Building a constructive habit rather than sitting around going, oh man, here we go again. I'm stuck here. That's the key. That's what turns it around. I like doing the former more than the latter. Because doing the latter gets you stuck in that headspace. You don't want to be stuck there. And right here we've got the Lovers. We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. And we've got Temperance in reverse. We've had Temperance in reverse before. And as I've said before, they do emphasize these cards. Taking a little time to exhale. Kind of an Ansu's moment. Taking that breath out. communication. It makes these partnerships work. And it makes them last a little longer too. And if you're effectively communicating with others, guess what? If you're not coming from that place of negativity, people tend to be a little more responsive to you. Also, a king or father of pentacles in reverse, this is where your confidence is lacking. Because you're chasing after the right now we're chasing after the tangible, and we're squandering what we have, whether that's time, money, or any other of our most precious assets. We're doing a lot of time wasting, and that's not a good thing. And that does lead to a lack of temperance, because we're in this headspace of what makes us feel good at the time. I'm not going to lie, negativity will make you feel great sometimes, especially when you're busy tearing someone else down. But it doesn't help you at all. It doesn't help me, it doesn't help anyone. This is the time to build each other up. It's one thing to identify a problem, but it's another to bring a solution along. A solution that's mutually beneficial, that helps everyone. As much as can be done. You may not get what you want, but you will, of course, get what you need. Seems like I heard that in a reading. Seems like I said that in a reading. And that's exactly what it is. Working with those partnerships, you're going to have to let the negativity die. Maybe it's a good thing to let that negativity die a slow death. By bringing up the problems, someone's probably going to roll their eyes and go, oh, here we go. But then when you bring the solution, and you explain it well, you communicate it well, you'll have turned a new corner. Something to think about. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Just remember something. I love you all. I want you to take care of yourselves and each other over the next 2 days. I want you to do exactly what lights you up over the next 2 days. And over the next 2 days, just remember, shine on.